We are ready to go ahead and get started for this POM Policy Committee meeting. And the first item that we have on the agenda is our call to order. So we'll be starting today at 9:04 a.m. And with that, we will move over to our public comment item. So for the record, staff did not receive any public comments in advance of this meeting, and we do not have any public attendees of this meeting. But just for the sake of going through it, does anybody have an item, a public comment that's not an item on the agenda this morning? Okay, hearing none, we will move on from public comments. So the next item on our agenda is an action item, which is approval of the notes from the August 7th, 2020 meeting. Are there any comments on these notes? Hearing none, could I call for a roll call vote, please? Supervisor Vargas?
Vargas, yes.
Councilmember Cardenas?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
So,
did you make a motion?
oh, excuse me. Yes, please. Can
I'm happy to make a motion to approve the minutes from August.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I think roll call is fine.
Okay, thank you. Supervisor Vargas and Councilmember Cardenas
Aye.
approving the notes.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, now we have our other action item, which is the non-Otay Ranch project mitigation proposal. I will be sharing my screen here, and the City of Chula Vista will be giving this presentation. So let me just share my screen here. Okay, is everybody able to see my screen okay? All right.
Yes.
So with that, I'll turn it over to City of Chula Vista for the presentation.
Cheryl Goddard, City of Chula Vista. The POM policy, the POM has an approved non-Otay Ranch project mitigation lands program that allows lands inside of Otay Ranch Preserve to mitigate for projects outside of Otay Ranch. The mitigation lands would come into POM ownership and would be managed by the preserve steward biologist in perpetuity according to adopted management standards for the Otay Ranch Preserve. This program was approved by the POM Policy Committee in 2008, and it was formalized in the 2018 Phase 2 Resource Management Plan. The program includes 9 specific eligibility and review criteria that must be met for projects to utilize the program. These include 1, the land used for mitigation must be located within the Otay Ranch Preserve boundary. Mitigation must be associated with a project that is located within the jurisdiction of the county or the City of Chula Vista. 3, applicant must prepare a property analysis record or similar cost analysis that is acceptable to both the county and the city. Long-term funding for management and monitoring must be provided in the form of a community facility district that is subject to the review of the POM and the approval of the jurisdiction in which the project is located. The applicant must provide written evidence that all applicable permits and associated criteria have been satisfied. The applicant must provide evidence that POM management standards, which were established in the Phase 2 Resource Management Plan, are acceptable to the resource agencies responsible for issuing permits for the project. The land must be free of environmental contamination liabilities. The applicant must provide evidence that legal and physical access have been obtained. And the land must be free of all encumbrances such as liens that are deemed unacceptable to the jurisdiction in which the project is located. Before you today for your consideration is the Bonita Glen Apartments located just west of the I-805 and south of Bonita Road. Next slide, please. The project is for residential apartments, including a swimming pool, clubhouse, and dog run. The site consists of an ephemeral stream and non-native grassland. Next slide, please. The project did not propose impacts to the ephemeral stream, but did have permanent impacts to 4.35 acres of non-native grasslands. Per the city's MSCP sub-area plan, the project mitigation within the Otay Ranch Preserve would require mitigation at a 0.5-to-1 ratio or 2.18 acres. Next slide, please. The project meets all of the POM policy eligibility criteria, and the land the mitigation land is currently owned by Home Fed within the preserve that may be used for the Bonita Glen Apartments. It is POM staff's recommendation to allow the conveyance credit transfer of 2.18 acres of from Home Fed to Silvergate Development in order to fulfill the non-native grassland mitigation requirement for the Bonita Glen Apartments. And that concludes the slides. If you have any questions, staff is available.
Do we have any questions on this item?
No, ma'am.
Okay, hearing none, could I get a motion to move forward on this?
I make a motion to move forward.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, and with that, we will call the roll call vote. Vice Chair Vargas,
Vargas, yes.
Councilmember Cardenas.
Aye.
Okay, hearing that, that is the end of the action items for this meeting. I will stop sharing my screen here. So just to close out this meeting, as you know, we hold these meetings on an as-needed basis to ask the POM Policy Committee to approve items as they come up. So at this time, we do not have a regularly scheduled calendar moving forward. However, we will be sure to reach out and schedule another meeting if we need another action item. With that, staff has no further items. If there's anything else to discuss, or I'll call for one last opportunity for public comments.
No, but thank you for all your work.
Appreciate it. Thank you all for an efficient meeting this morning.
We're so efficient. Have a wonderful rest of the
That
hour.
was great. Yeah.
I feel really like good right now. Thank you. Have a
Okay.
good day.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Have a great rest of your
Bye-bye.
day.